Heavenly Father, we thank you for the abundant grace and mercy that you've shown towards us by blessing us to come together to conduct the city's business. And Father, even though we may as we come together, let us come together in the spirit of unity. Even though we may disagree, let us not disengage or disrespect one another, but to continue to act as brothers and sisters. Remember our brothers and sisters who are serving in the armed forces at home and abroad. And once again, watch over our first responders and remind their families every time their loved one leaves home, you are watching over them as they watch over us. We're so careful to give you the praise, the honor, and the glory. And thank you for blessing us to live in this beautiful city that we call Ocoee. Amen.
Amen. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Kennedy?
Here.
Commissioner Wilson?
Here.
Mayor Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Firstner?
Here.
Commissioner Oliver?
Here.
Okay, I'm going to have a proclamation here I need to read for the Hispanic Heritage Month. Whereas each year Americans observe National Hispanic Heritage Month by celebrating the history, culture, and traditions of people whose ancestry can be traced to Spain, Mexico, Central America, South America, and the Caribbean islands. And whereas this observance celebrates the achievements of Hispanic Americans in the arts, education, entertainment, government, history, law, literature, medicine, the military, music, politics, science, and other endeavors. And whereas the United States first observed what was then National Hispanic Heritage Week in 1968 under President Lyndon Johnson, calling upon public officials, educators, librarians, and all of the people of the United States to observe this time with ceremonies, activities, and programs. And whereas Hispanic make up 29.8% of the city of Ocoee's population, have enriched and shaped our community for generations. And whereas Hispanics continue to make significant and diverse contributions to this culture, educational, economic, and political vitality of the city of Ocoee. Now therefore be it resolved, the Ocoee City Commission does hereby proclaim September the 15th through October the 15th, 2024 as Hispanic Heritage Month, and encourage all residents to honor the rich diversity of the Hispanic community and celebrate the many ways they contribute to our nation and society. Read this. In celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, we have 20 flags displayed throughout City Hall and here on the dais. The flags represent the communities with roots in 20 Latin American countries and territories. As mentioned in the proclamation, Hispanic Heritage Month is celebrated September the 15th through October the 15th. We'd like to invite everyone to come out to our Hispanic Heritage Celebration on Thursday, October the 3rd, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at Bill Breeze Park. There will be Latin music, food trucks, Ocoee Community Market vendors, giveaways, prizes, and free salsa dance lessons. Make sure you're ready for that. All right. Now, I have a staff reports.
None at this time.
Is anybody here to pick up the Hispanic one, or are you just gonna put it on in City Hall?
We can prominently display it in City Hall.
Yeah, okay, all right. It'll be displayed in City Hall. All right, I have Ms. Hadaway. Huh? I've got that. Y'all, I'm gonna have to put y'all in reprimand. That's coming at a certain point.
We're gonna put a plastic between you.
That's coming at a certain point in the meeting, okay? All right,
Does it show up there? Okay.
Marilyn Hadaway.
Well, we want to thank the city of Ocoee and the commissioners and mayor for allowing us to come and present to you tonight. We're very excited. West Orange Habitat for Humanity is alive and well in the West Orange community, and we have a proposal for you this evening. And just to make you think that we are very special, we brought two very special people with us who will be sharing in a 2-minute presentation with me. That is our president, Joe Barsh, and also our director of homeowner services, Gail Fleming. We want to build a partnership to build a community here in Ocoee. Oh boy. Okay, I went too far. sorry. And now, where is she? She is going to turn this on somehow and make it run.
No matter who we are or where we come from, we all deserve to have a decent life. We deserve to feel strength and stability day after day. We deserve to know we have the power to take care of ourselves and build our own futures. At Habitat for Humanity, this is what unites us. Through shelter, we empower. Because you, me, we're all humans. And every single one of us deserves a fair shot. Donate or volunteer today.
Oh,
We are, or where we come
I'm
feel
trying.
strength and stability, care of
I
ourselves,
did, I tried that.
and what unites us.
Technology is not my forte. Habitat for Humanity is 4 companies in one. We are a construction company. We are a restore. If you haven't visited us, we're right up here on West Colonial Drive. We're also a nonprofit. And finally, we are a very wonderful organization to get involved with, and we hope you do that. Just to share 2 minutes each with you on things that we do and to set us up for the item we came for tonight, I'd like to introduce Joe Barsh, our president of our board.
Thank you, Ocoee, for having us tonight. I get to wear a different hat tonight. Which button am I clicking? A little bit about Habitat. We have built over 50 homes in the West Orange community in our county. We have 4 homes currently under construction, and we have 7 more planned next. I don't know how you go to the next page. Okay, there we go. All right, so Habitat builds families. They have benefits for home ownership. So we always say when we build a home, we're building more than just a home. The families, they get better test scores. They have higher rate of high school and college attendance, especially for the children and these low-income homeowners. We promote civic and social engagement, education and empowerment, financial security, and future planning. They have physical and mental health are improved with decent, affordable housing. Affordable, sustainable homes reduce energy consumption, diminishing the energy burden for our low-income housing. Our homes are, we share financial literacy, community, and generational wealth. Habitat, we build communities. West Orange Habitat for Humanity, we have corporate and individual volunteers that are engaged. We have donors who participate with grants, gifts, funding our mission and our ministry. Municipalities and other partners fund our work improving residents' lives. Construction partners, they donate their equipment, their material, their supplies. Job programs educate and provide jobs for our low middle income residents, and we do a neighborhood revitalization where we create residence and neighborhood pride. All right, thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for having us here tonight. I'm Gail Fleming. I'm the Director of Homeowner Services, and we're here to propose bringing our neighborhood revitalization program to Ocoee. The purpose and vision of neighborhood revitalization is that everyone will have a decent place to live, the entire community can be uplifted and involved, and we provide an array of services to homeowners to improve their quality of life. It also fosters a shared sense of ownership and social cohesion. What we do in our neighborhood revitalization program is provide exterior home improvements and minor critical repair to homes for West Orange County residents, which builds neighborhoods, community, and a sense of pride for homeowners. So we have done over 50 houses in West Orange County in the last 3 to 4 years, and you can see some of the before and after pictures. And so what we're proposing this evening is bringing that program here to Ocoee. We want to have your help in identifying a neighborhood liaison, somebody who's living in the neighborhood, who knows the residents in that neighborhood and can help us identify the resident homes for revitalization. They must be a homeowner resident, and they're willing to partner with us. The residents sign a partnership agreement and includes a $100 administration fee, and we ask every homeowner to provide us with two volunteers that will help and work with our volunteers to revitalize that home. And what we're asking from the city is to participate in the funding of this program. We also do surveys after we revitalize each home, and we would return those surveys back to the city. So our goal with this program in Ocoee is to do 10 homes between January of 2025 and January of 2026. We have our construction team approve each resident home candidate, and they inspect the home to make sure that it is something that we can do. We provide all the materials, supplies, equipment, and volunteers, and we usually have 10 to 20 volunteers on a site in one day. And the home is done in one day. We pressure wash the house, do exterior minor critical repair, exterior and trim painting, front yard cleanup, landscaping of the front yard, and then each home resident receives a lawn and home maintenance kit, which includes a hose, a rake, and a shovel. And so our volunteers come out for one day and they get all of this done. And we do work with the homeowners. They pick their paint colors, they pick what kind of plants they want in their yard.
Well, nobody wants to ask for the money, but I certainly don't mind. The total cost of the program to revitalize 10 homes is $20,000. Habitat's investment would be $1,500 per home, which is $15,000, and we're asking for an investment of the city of Ocoee of $5,000, which would be $500 per home of those 10 homes. Are there any questions?
All right, you need the answer for that now, tonight?
We can wait.
Anybody got any comments? Honestly, I don't have a problem with that. I think we've got a little money. I'd like to say the contingency fund, see if we could do
You have adequate funding in the contingency fund balance.
I think it's a pretty good thing. We don't have any land right now, because we met and talked with you, and I did, and Mike. But we don't have any property, but I think that's a good alternative to do some stuff. I know the county used to do some of that a long time ago here, but I think $5,000 would be a good investment from our city towards that. And I would like to see, I can't make the motions.
Well, do we have, first of all, are we talking the
we got-
23-24 budget?
We got,
Are we looking, we're right in between budgets. Tomorrow night is our budget hearing for next
we have
year, so.
55.
I would recommend that you authorize me to take it from the current year's contingency,
$55,000.
$5,000, and we can go ahead and do that. We have $55,000 remaining.
Okay.
Yep, all right.
It's a good program. Habitat for Humanity is a wonderful program. I'm sorry.
You gonna make the motion?
I will, but Ms. Hathaway's gonna say something first.
It's not on the agenda. Can we make a motion, city attorney?
Make a motion.
To spend?
You can make a motion. I think because it's a proposition, if any members of the community would like to comment, they should have that opportunity to do so.
Okay. I think you wanted to say something before.
The only thing I wanted to say is we are really expanding. Habitat West Orange is really expanding tremendously. And what our hope is that once we get in and start working in the community, we will need for the city commission or someone on the city commission to identify a liaison in that neighborhood who's a resident, who can identify homes that might need to be revitalized. But once you find that person, we will work with that liaison to identify those homes and get them into the program. And our hope is that even though you may not have land now, we're hoping that with other things that we've got in the works that we can come and begin to do some home construction in the city of Ocoee. We would really like to do that. So thank you so much for your attention and your motion. I appreciate it.
All right, we need a second.
Do we
You
need-
make the motion?
I'll make the motion, but did he say we have to ask?
I'll second.
Would you?
Okay. I didn't want to make the motion before you asked, if you had asked a question. I'll make a motion, that's fine.
Let, make the motion, we can have discussion.
Yeah.
$5,000, yes. Make the
And
motion.
you seconded the motion. Commissioner Wilson made the motion, and Commissioner Kennedy seconded the motion. Anybody in the public have any comments towards that? Mr. Hart? I'm doing it this way. So.
That's all fine, I just trying to follow you.
I'm gonna have to move over to one of y'all's chairs. Go ahead.
I'll move over here.
I know I'm getting old, but I ain't that old.
I'm gonna move over here.
It's, Aegis Hart, Ocoee, Florida. It's my understanding that it's also for the revitalization of a current home, correct?
Yes.
And I think that's a great idea because we have a lot of people, my father had some rental homes and over the years they deteriorate. And with the cost of things now, it's nearly impossible for a person on a fixed income to try to revitalize that home. What I hate to see is someone live here 30, 40 years of their life, get into their senior years and they can't afford to fix their house up.
Amen.
So that alone, to me, is worth $5,000. You know, so I think it's a great idea. It's a way for the city to show they do care about the residents. I've had a lot of friends try to move to Ocoee, but the cost was just too high. So if anything else, we ought to take care of the folks that have lived here 30, 40 years, been an active part of our society, pretty much built this city that we now inherited. So I think it's a great idea.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Hart. All right, anybody else have any comments on it before we vote? All right, let's vote. We don't have the questions, go to the, we voted. All right, you wanna do this again? There you go.
Oh, you know what? Hold on.
Wait. Keeps popping up questions.
Go ahead.
That thing's getting smart. Nope,
Mayor, you ready to vote?
I pushed that button.
Third time's the charm.
Do it again?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a hard 5,000.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you
Carries
very
the
much.
day.
We appreciate it.
Thank you very much for being here. Okay. Let's see here. Public comments. I don't have any. I have one gentleman here, but that's gonna be on item 15. No, moratorium. That'll be a little later. Whoever, Mr. Doug Gomber? That'll be it a little later, all right? Okay, down to consent agenda. Is that okay with y'all?
Yeah, you're giving us a hard time.
Consent agenda. Anybody need a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Oliver. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Commissioner First. Any more comments? No more comments, let's vote.
Maybe.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. All right. Now, I want to make this announcement. Item number 15 will be brought back October the 1st. It's getting taken away tonight. It moves to a later date, October the 1st. So we'll have that back here on October the 1st. Everybody hear that?
Yes, that's Hometown Studios special
Yeah,
exception.
right. Item number 15 on the agenda. All right, now, first reading of ordinances, number 12. First reading of ordinance, amending Article 2, or 11, whatever you want to do, Chapter 51 of the Code of Ordinances, creating local technical amendments to the Florida Building Code.
Would you like me to proceed?
Yes, sir.
An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, amending Article 2, Chapter 51 of the City of Ocoee Code of Ordinances, creating local technical amendments to the Florida Building Code, creating a new Section 51-20, requiring masonry, block, metal, or concrete exterior and interior load-bearing walls in certain structures, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for an effective date.
All right, this will be back on, did you say the date?
October 1st?
September the 1st for the, October the 1st.
October 1st.
October the 1st for the second reading. Anybody with public comments can make it then. All right, number 13, first reading of ordinances for shops on the Bluff, small-scale comprehensive plan, future land use map amendment and rezoning.
An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, amending the City of Ocoee Comprehensive Plan as adopted in 1991 as amended, amending the future land use map of the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan to change the future land use map designation from low-density residential to commercial for certain real properties containing approximately 4.29 acres located on the north side of Clarkona Ocoee Road, beginning approximately 400 feet east of the North Clark Road at a Clarkona Ocoee Road intersection, providing for and authorizing the revision of the official city future land use map prevailing in the event of any inconsistency, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
This also will be back on October the 1st for the second reading, and then you can have your comments for the public.
And I also need to read the rezoning ordinance.
Go ahead.
It's also with item number 13. An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, changing the zoning classification from R-1AA Single-Family Dwelling District to PUD, Planned Unit Development District, on certain real properties containing approximately 4.29 acres located on the north side of Clarkona Ocoee Road, beginning approximately 400 feet east of the North Clark Road at Clarkona Ocoee Road intersection, finding said zoning to be consistent with the Ocoee Comprehensive Plan, providing for and authorizing the revision of the official city zoning map prevailing in the event of any inconsistency, providing for severability, and providing for an effective date.
All right, as we said, it'll be back on October the 1st for the second reading and public comments. All right, we're gonna go down to second reading of ordinances, public hearings, number 14. Second reading of ordinance for a temporary 6-month moratorium on the processing and consideration of development approvals.
Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
An ordinance of the City of Ocoee, Florida, implementing a moratorium prohibiting the processing and consideration of certain comprehensive plan text and map amendments, rezoning, special exceptions in site plan and subdivision plan reviews and approvals to allow the Planning and Zoning Division time to thoroughly review, study, and prepare amendments to the City of Ocoee Comprehensive Plan and the City of Ocoee Land Development Code, providing for severability and providing an effective date.
All right, Mr. Rumor,
Thank you, Mayor. Mike Rumor.
Assistant City Manager, I'm sorry.
Acting Assistant, thank you. The ordinance before you tonight will facilitate a 6-month temporary moratorium on the processing of rezonings, annexations, subdivision, and site plans. This ordinance does not affect existing building permits, so for the 4 residential subdivisions we have being built, they can still build their homes. It will not affect any building permit submittal. This ordinance will provide city staff a temporary pause to be able to focus on a major rewrite to both the Land Development Code and the comprehensive plan of the City of Ocoee. And this ordinance, I've had some questions. Projects that are in the process, such as the item on the agenda that you did a first reading, Shops of the Bluff, those items that are in process and review don't have to stop with the moratorium. It would be any next step with permitting after that, site plan permit, or a revision to an approved PD if we approve a plan unit development to next week. And if they wanted to come back and amend it, we would not be able to receive that application. And so again, the city's under a major rewrite of the Land Development Code and the Comprehensive Plan. We are working hard to provide documents to present to you that will display the vision that this commission has expressed during some of the more recent items in the past couple of years. Citizen comments, comments we received in our downtown workshop, the vision of the new city manager, and look forward to bringing these items to you at a later date. And I'll entertain any questions, Mayor. Thank you.
All right. Before I've opened the public hearing, does anybody in the commission want to speak to it before? All right. I'll open the public hearing. I have one citizen here, Mr. Dutt. Come on down.
Good evening, fellow citizens, commissioners. My name is Doug Gomber. I'm a resident of Ocoee for 10 years. I live at 405 Misty Meadow Drive in the White Hill Homeowner Association. I've been involved in Orange County politics and Orange County growth management since I moved here in 1982. I was involved in the Orange County growth management under former Mayor Glenda Hood and was awarded several awards nationally for that piece of legislation that we passed. And if you look at the city of Orlando, it's done very well. My question here, and I'm smart enough to have been in Florida for 42 years, I understand Florida politics, and I can read the tea leaves. I know I'm not going to win this, but I'm probably the only one in this room that's against this moratorium. And let me tell you why. I'm an insurance agent, and I deal with large corporations that do building, that are landowners, restaurateurs, individual entrepreneurs, and people that build manufacturing facilities. The Central Florida area is lucky to be in a growth area. We have people moving here regardless of, we couldn't do anything wrong to prevent people from coming here. And there's going to be growth in this area. The growth that an area like Ocoee or Winter Park or Orlando or Oviedo or anything has is based on one thing, and that's progress. And you know what progress means? It's momentum. It's momentum that builds progress. If you put a 6-month moratorium on people coming down here and you're saying you're going to close for business, you're going to put yourself at least 12 months behind the 8 ball. And I'll tell you why. Nobody's going to be sitting there the first day after this 6-month moratorium waiting to build people or build things in Ocoee. It's going to take a while for you to rebuild back up. So it's more than just a 6-month stoppage in work that you're asking for. And people in the town that build and the doers and the goers and the thinkers, they're going to look at Ocoee and say, what the heck is going on out there that they have to totally stop for 6 months? And I just don't understand why that's got to happen. We should be more careful about what we allow in the area. If people are upset about the amount of building and the growth that we've got, let's talk about that. But to tell people in the perception that you have in the Tri-County area that says, hey, Oviedo's got to put a brake on this because they can't handle this, it's a perception thing to people saying, Ocoee's closed for business. And I'm here to tell you that that's what my clients think. And I've got over a couple hundred. I work for the largest insurance brokerage in the state of Florida. And I have hundreds of clients that do all this work. And when you talk to them about Ocoee, they're not in the top 3. They're not even in the top 5. They're not in the top 7 of places where people want to come do business. And stuff like this doesn't help. So I know this is going to pass. I get that. But I want you guys to think about this before you go ahead and do it. Think of the ramifications down the road of what you're going to vote on tonight. And my second point is this. If we're the only one doing this, why isn't Oviedo, why isn't Winter Park, why isn't Maitland, why aren't Apopka, why aren't they shutting down? Is there something different about the way they run their staff and the way we run our staff that we can't do these kind of changes on the fly while we're doing all the other things we're doing? I don't understand that. So, Mr. Roomer, I'd like you to address that for me because I don't understand why it takes a stoppage to do something that should be part of everything you do.
Mayor, I'd like to address that if you would please, Commission.
Are you through, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Gomber just made a lucid, well-articulated argument. And I agree with almost everything he said, with the exception of the last part, okay? The community has spoken numerous times over the years. We've had public participation events. We have current projects, and we hear the same type of thing. Our code does not create the types of places of some of the places you mentioned. I know Oviedo has form-based standards in their code, and I know several of the other, Winter Park, Winter Garden, all the character towns have form-based land development code elements, okay? Ocoee is very pro-growth right now, but we want to manage it and create places that have better connectivity, that have better streetscapes, that are more urban in function and form. And we feel very confident that the market is still going to respond well. We actually have a huge baseball entity that's coming in that the commission's approved. Part of this is in relation to that project because of all the economic pressure that's going to come. And our citizens and our commission's been very clear to us as far as wanting to see an urban-style commercial building with wide street, wide walks, eating, public dining out on the sidewalk, more like you would see in a traditional downtown versus 2 rows of parking, a landscape buffer, and a strip center. And so this is part of that effort. We feel like there's this slight lull because the sports complex is going through a large-scale comp plan amendment, which should transmit in October. But the one thing that did not change throughout COVID was travel sports. And travel sports became its own market. Now, we've done a lot of work with this particular developer, and they are projecting the population of this city is going to increase on weekends when they're having tournaments, 5,000 to 8,000 people. And that's going to create a tremendous amount of economic pressure. And we want to be able to create those character-type places instead of being inundated with garden apartments and retail strip centers. Not saying those are bad uses, they all have a place, but one of the things that our communities have been very clear on over the years and all the master planning we've done has been we want more urban walkable places where we can have multiple unplanned exchanges, those types of things. And what our code does currently does not create that. And so I hate it. I hate having to press the pause button, but I think we're going to be okay.
Well, Mr. Chavez, I agree with you. I mean, you and I are on the same page with the vision. It's just the way of getting there we disagree on.
I can respect that.
Thank you, sir. All right, I have one more. Kelly Beck.
Good evening. My name is Kelly Beck. I'm the HOA president for Greens at Forest Lake, representing about 400 residents here in Ocoee and 200 homes. I'm here to speak in support of the moratorium. I've spoken in front of this board and planning and zoning numerous times regarding concerns about how development takes place in our community. I'm pretty sure Mr. Roomer dreads when he sees my name pop up in his inbox at this point. Ocoee has so much potential, and we are growing tremendously, and we don't want to slow that growth, but we also need to do so responsibly. We need to do so in a way that enhances the way of life for those who live here, who have invested in this community through their property purchases and through their businesses. One of the number one pieces of feedback that our community and others I've spoken with have gotten when we ask why is a certain thing being allowed to happen? Why are they allowed to build here? Why are they being allowed to build the way they are, in a way that, referencing the Magnolia Reserve community, because I've been up here several times about that, it's because there's nothing in the land development code to stop it. There's nothing that holds them to a standard of when these developers come in and pick up big plots of land and want to put in this massive community, there's not a standard that says, well, we need to have these types of amenities. We need to have this much space, other than obviously for water, water flow. But the bottom line is we don't have well-developed standards to hold developers to hold businesses to, in order to make sure that what's coming into our community is adding value and enhancing the way of life for those who live here. So I fully support this. I absolutely, if there are city boards where you need volunteers to weigh in, I will absolutely be there. This is, I think, a great step in the right direction to making sure we're setting Ocoee up for success in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, nobody else has any public comments on that issue? All right, we'll close it. I'm gonna bring it back up to Doug. Anybody else have any comments on what? Huh? Okay.
I'm going to vote to support the moratorium. I was on planning and zoning. I've seen the problems. Growth is good, but growth that exceeds everyone's expectation and the imagination of the Land Development Code as written is unmanaged, unbalanced growth. And we have been asked repeatedly, I've asked repeatedly, for the concerns of the residents, for the people who have lived in Ocoee for years to be prioritized in our budget, in our plans, in our code. And that's what we're doing. This is the fruit from that process. And 6 months in development is nothing, really. That's just a deep breath. And I support this fully. I think it's wonderful. I think staff has done a wonderful job so far. And I think characterizing it as, Ocoee can't walk and chew gum at the same time, paraphrasing, is a mistake. This is going to be great for our city. This is going to help us grow in a way that maintains the character of our city. And that is important to the people who live here, to the majority of the people who live here. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I would like to. I agree with everyone. I know I spoke to Mr. Gomber before. I agree with him. I agree with Ms. Beck. I agree with Mr. Jadrick that But it looks like, I will agree, I'm going to vote yes on it. I feel as though that after we do this, I think what we need to do is remember that we can't wait for another moratorium. If there's something that needs to be changed within the land development code, we need to adjust it at that point. It's really too bad that we've waited to the point where we have to shut down for 6 months. And we should be able to, I would hope after this that we will address issues as they come up and not have to shut down again. We don't have a lot of land left. Well, at least some districts don't have a lot of land left. And again, we have to be very diligent in our efforts to make sure that that's used in the best interest of our residents. But I also feel as though that, I hate to see this happen again. I'd like to see us adjust as we go along. Thank you.
Anybody else?
So, our land development code is something that we've actually needed to revise for some time now. I can go back the past 5 years and have discussions with city manager, assistant city manager about land development and our code and the different things the challenges that we face as we kept moving forward and as we kept growing. At some point, we had to figure out there has to be a pause. You got to pause somewhere, because when you add so many different moving parts to what needs to be done, and to home them all together, it's kind of hard to continue to grow and keep moving and bring everything in together at one time, and to pause for a second to look at this code and let's make the proper adjustments to it. So I do support this because I look at it from a different perspective. We're growing by leaps and bounds. One of the issues that a lot of us that live in the city that we run into is issues of our infrastructure and our traffic. This may give us an opportunity to continue with those projects that will allow us to address infrastructure while we slow down our building, so folks can get in and out of the city. Again, we do live in that donut hole, and we have so many thoroughfares through our city, and I think this is a great opportunity for us to step back and say, hey, let's focus on some of these street repairs we need and how to get people in and out of our city adequately.
Our staff does a magnificent job in the planning and development and all the things that are involved in that. And if they're asking for a little support right now, a little pause to give them a chance to catch up and get ahead of the curve, I'm all for that. I support the staff and their recommendations, and I think this moratorium is more than necessary to give them that break.
Well, I'm also going to vote for it, but I will tell you some of the problems is when in other projects it was on the agenda, I think at the planning zoning, maybe it was one of the ones that got pulled or not, is I have probably got maybe 100 emails pertaining to the other project we were talking about. Some of the stuff they said in those emails kind of irks me, but I get irked about other things. But they made comments to me, and I'm glad they send there. But please, when you want to answer things and ask things, ask it in a general, little kinder way. It's like I hate to say this word, but it was kind of like saying we didn't know what we were doing. Maybe some people think that, but when the developer comes in here and our code says that, we got to look at it. We got to look at it when they bring it here. So understand that. Don't sit there telling me on an email that I don't care about what Ocoee is. It's almost crazy. I've been living here all my life. I know what I want to see, and we've tried to do that in the last 5 years, 7 or 8 years. We're trying to move it in the right direction. But when you send those emails out, that's not a good thing to me. It's a good thing to send an email out and ask us to look at it, and that's what we're trying to do tonight. But when you send those emails out sarcastically saying that about what we're doing here, come up here and sit down and see what the state law says or what the things tell you can do and you can't do. You can't just say, no, we're not going to listen to you, but we can turn you down, then we take the risk of getting sued, but that's part of what our job is. So that's why I'm telling you, I don't have a problem. I think I had a couple of hundred a week or two before that for something else. And you're talking about those 300 or 400 people up there. Tell them whoever writes that letter for them, because they all send the same letter. Whoever wrote the letter, I don't know who it is, but they wrote the same thing. Not To me, if I'm gonna write a complaint, I'm gonna complain. I'm gonna do my complaint. I don't want somebody else writing my complaint for me. So just to let you know, we wanna do what's right for our city and our citizens, and that's why we're doing a moratorium. I understand you in business, and I don't blame you. But we want to make it where there is the right things that come here, because we still have a few places we want to see it built on and the right thing for the citizens to have. And they, like I said, it's just, to me, the sarcastic part of sending that don't help it out. You could also drive somebody away from doing what they want to do. I wouldn't do that, but that's some people would. So that's what I'm saying. This moratorium is going to be to make a benefit for the city of Ocoee.
Mayor, if I might, we do currently have about 25 projects still active.
Yeah.
So we are going to be bringing projects to the Planning and Zoning Commission and the City Commission. So this is not for 6 months. You don't need to watch the city agendas because nothing's happening. This is just a way to let the development community know they need to be on the lookout for upgraded standards, and we can start discussing projects as we start formulating these standards and get them teed up, and they'll understand what they're going to be required to meet with regards to architectural and site placing, site permitting after March. But we're going to still be bringing a lot of projects to you. We have medical office, we have 4 residential communities, industrial, we have a downtown office. We've got a lot going on. The work's not going to stop with only LDC and comp plan. We still have other projects to review, and we will bring those forward. Thank you.
All right. And one other thing that was in those emails is traffic. The traffic part of what happens here. And I want every one of you to take a ride up Ocoee Popka Road, head up towards Apopka, and go over there and talk to them at their city commission meeting about all those buildings and all those apartments and all those commercial places they're building. And guess where they're coming through? They're not going back to Popka, they're coming through here. So that's where and I got some of the comments on those letters about the traffic. The traffic happens to be coming down Ocoee Popka Road, which the county will not widen it. The county, nobody else is doing it. We're trying to get that road ourselves where we can 4-lane it. So we're working on that project. All right, I need a motion.
I'd make a motion to approve the 6-month moratorium.
All right, Commissioner Kennedy makes the motion for the moratorium. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Commissioner Wilson. Any more comments? No more comments. Let's vote. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Thank you, sir, for your comments. All right. Okay, we're down to comments from commissioners. Commissioner Fershner,
I have no comment tonight.
Commissioner Oliver.
We're still in hurricane season. We still got about a month and a half of hurricane season left, so pay attention to the weather and continue to make sure that you have adequate supplies because, again, the weather is very unpredictable and we don't know what's going to happen within the next month and a half or so. So continue to be vigilant about hurricane season. We have general elections coming up November 5th. Throughout this nation, and if you are not registered to vote, you can go to vote.org before October 7th and register to vote. It takes about 2 minutes, so definitely do your civic duty and get out, register to vote, and vote. We have Ocoee High School homecoming parade coming up. Will be next Thursday, I believe, the 25th. I think it starts about 5:30 here downtown, so come on out and participate and support our local high school in their parade, their annual parade they do here, and we definitely support those guys in that as well. And finally, I will leave you with this. I think I've said this before, but I think it was important, and I wanted to say it again, wanted to read this again. You may not always see the results of your kindness, but every bit of positive energy you contribute to the world and your community makes a better place for all of us. And I'm done.
Yep, all right. Commissioner Wilson.
Okay.
She grabs all of them.
I do. I grab all the flyers out in the lobby, so. Mayor, I just want to tell you, I know I'm going to use your word. I irked. You were irked. I think I irked you in the
You
beginning
never
of the
heard that
meeting.
word before?
I have, but I
I went to
haven't.
Ocoee High School.
I haven't heard that one in a while, but I think I irked you in the beginning. So I respect your position. I want you to know that.
I know.
There's a hazard sitting next to him. Right now, the only thing I want to tell you is to put on your calendar, please. We're going to have the Halloween Howl Night on Friday, October 25th from 6 to 9. It will be held at Bill Breeze Park. In the past, it was held in a different park. I won't say because I don't want you to go there. But it will be trunk or treat on October 25th. So please remember that. And also, I also want to make sure you mark your calendar for the Jolly Jamboree, which I think we've all looked at the calendars, and there's like 3 weeks between Thanksgiving and the 25th of December. So it will be a quick month, and it will be on downtown from 3 to 8 on the 14th of December, so please mark your calendars, because we'd love to see you. Just want to say also, I appreciate when residents come out and comment. I think it's so important for us to hear, because sometimes, I don't know if you realize, but we spoke to different people, and they give us their opinion, but sometimes you sit here and someone says something, and you all of a sudden change your opinion. And so I think it's so important that our residents do come out and tell us their concerns and how they feel, because this is your community. It's not just our community, but we may be here making decisions, and we may make decisions, but they affect everyone. I'm District 2, but whatever decision I make affects the whole city. And I think it's very important, so I want you to know that whether we agree or disagree, I'm using, thank you, Mr. Hart. Whether we agree or disagree, I think it's so important to hear what you have to say. So thank you. And Habitat, I'm looking forward to seeing some improvements in some of our homes. We know that, as you said, senior citizens and other folks maybe can't do what you can do. And so we appreciate your the volunteers that will improve, because we all want to live next door to a house that needs help, but maybe this is the opportunity for someone where they can reach out and actually get the help. And it's hard to ask. Some folks have a hard time asking. So thank you so much. And that's it. Did I irk you anymore?
I'll tell you about that later.
Another meeting, can I still continue to irk you?
You didn't irk me, it was the letters I got.
Well, that's okay.
I love it. You're right. I don't have a problem getting, listen, I get a ton. You like to see my phone sometimes?
No, that's okay.
I get a ton of messages, and I don't have a problem. And I try to answer everybody. Now, I didn't answer all 400 of them. I just coupled back to some of them because it was the same story, same message, same thing. But all I'm saying is, look into what we're doing. Look at why there is reasons why we do what we do with doing those, developments. Commissioner Kennedy.
Thank you. It's a good point. Many times, a developer, someone submits something, and it goes by process to the P&Z, or it comes to the commission, and we get those letters, and they say, before we've discussed it or expressed our intent to vote, how come you're supporting X? And we aren't in support yet of X, and probably will vote against X. And I get, probably my district has a lot of the growth, and I get a lot of those letters, and frequently they do say, insert your commissioner's name here. But consistent in the tone and in all of the emails is, who are you for? Whose priorities are first? Whose interests are you after? Is it people and businesses that are based in Ocoee and in Orange County? Or is it large conglomerate from out of state, national apartment builders, commercial property owners, rental companies versus homeowners? And that's a good question. And I just want to reiterate that this moratorium, this land development code rewrite has been long overdue, as other things. And this is your commission, this is your commissioner drawing a line in the sand that we support the residents. We support the businesses and the business owners that are here, that are based in Ocoee. Frequently, you've seen me, I've asked, someone comes up with an issue and I'll ask, is your business based in Ocoee? And I've been criticized for that.
But I think we owe our loyalty to the residents and the people that voted to put us here and the people who pay the taxes here. And I'm proud of that, and I'll defend that. That's my only comment.
Thanks, sir. Couple of things, Craig, I wanted to ask you about, I had some questions about, sewer, the hookup for sewer that we're, talked about. I have somebody asking about that wants to get on the sewer. So did we come up with a way of doing the price of, because they're in the process now of doing that, so.
We have several, excuse me, Mayor, we have several things at play right now. We have looked at it and are in the process of scheduling briefings with you one-on-one to lay that out for how an assessment program would work for that. We also have a grant application underway, and I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but we hope to be able to get some grant funds to help with some of the expenses of people having to hook up. I am planning to have a briefing before you at a future commission meeting about that, but we will be scheduling individual meetings. A couple of you have been briefed already, and we have a plan, and we're hoping to hear from this grant sooner than later. I'd hope to be able to speak to you about that because you know, the capital charges are something that, you know, still looms large with regard to the connections themselves. So, yes, we have a plan.
Who do they need to go talk to?
Well, you don't have an assessment program in place right now.
I know that.
So if they come and talk to us, we're gonna have to tell them, here's how much it's gonna cost, what
But
your costs are gonna be.
But once again, this has been going on 2 months. 2 months, we've asked about this, we've met, twice I've met with citizens with the city about this problem. Now, if they gotta sit there and wait, because they got a septic tank that's bad, and they would wanna put them on sewer, and they're downtown, how do we do, not the downtown part here, but I mean over here it's residential. So there's gotta be a way we can do that. And I know you just took over, but I'm still saying, these people have got a problem, they're gonna have to spend. Now, I know where they put a septic tank in, here a year ago, matter of fact, $18,000. $18,000. Now, I know $7,000 is a lot less, but it also helps us do what we're trying to do, is get away from the septic tanks. But there's gotta be a way we can figure that out. Other cities do it, I know. I'm just saying, you can't, maybe we can work with them and sign some kind of contract and we can hook them up, and then we if we come up with that, we do that. If we don't, we don't. I know $7,000 is a lot of money for some of these people living in these houses to put out. It really is $18,000, is way a lot.
I would be happy to have this person meet with our staff, go over it.
That's why I'm asking you, who did they go meet with?
Mr. Rumor and Ms. Bowling.
Okay.
Okay?
That's, all right. Got that.
Just real quick on that, you wouldn't have had time to get the assessment on the tax roll this year when it had been brought up. So we're working feverishly to try to find other ways to help mitigate their costs because an assessment program's not gonna get on the tax roll until next year.
I know the assessment deal was, but why would you not be able to run it through the city?
That's up to the city commission.
Oh, I know.
We can give you a
I'm
price,
just
and you
saying,
can direct us to do that.
there's other ways to go around that.
Absolutely. The commission could actually direct us to do that.
Yeah.
And,
That's what I'm saying. We might do that. I just think I know there's some places in the old part of town that is gonna be affected with this, and the bad part of it is, not bad part, it's near the lake. It's a block off the lake and half a block off the lake, and that's one of the major areas that I'm talking about, that they're trying to hook up the sewer.
I wish we'd had an opportunity to talk about this before because I actually had a conversation yesterday with one of our consultants who is actually trying to get us funds from a county program. The Orange County EPD has a grant program in addition to the Florida Department of Environmental Protection program with specific regard to Lakeshore Drive and Stark Lake, and getting those people off septic and on sewer. So I just wanted to make sure everyone understood, we are actively
Yeah.
working on that, yes.
I just wanted, I've been asked, I probably would have got with you earlier, but you know, Gators are not doing real good, and I had a bad weekend, so, you know, but I feel I got company. Where's Mike at?
You have a better
FSU's
record
not
than
doing real
Florida
good either. All right, stop signs on Adair and Worst Road are up, so be careful, watch for those stop signs. And also the ones on White Road are getting worked on now, design, because they got a turn lanes and they had to make a different design. So that's getting worked. Thank you very much. Thanks to the Public Works. Let's see, what else? I think that's it. Oh, she gave me one right.
You're gonna take my flag.
And I gotta ask Mr. Bass there a minute. This is Night Out, National Night Out Police Community Partnership, October the 1st, 2024, 5 p.m. through 9 p.m. Bill Breeze Park. Fun, DJ food trucks, K9 SWAT, games for children, adults, raffles, vendors, lots of giveaways. That's October the 1st, 5 p.m., 9 p.m., right out here at Bill Breeze Park. One other quick thing, John, you were here for that item 13, wasn't you? You didn't put in public comments or anything. Is everything okay?
I got one other thing I want to.
Well, you gotta fill out a public,
No, this is just.
I know, but you can't do it from there. I'm gonna give you some of my time. Come up here, if you gotta say something, come up here and say it. Come up front if you got it.
All I'm gonna say is.
Look, John, you have to go to the mic.
Okay,
He went to Ocoee too.
that's right.
Him and I.
Graduated from Ocoee.
That's right.
Wrong with Rusty. All I wanted to say is, September the 29th, we'll be back here.
Okay.
The class reunions.
Is that 29th? On
Yes.
Saturday? I thought it was 20.
They told me it was the 29th, so
They might have did that on purpose.
you're right, but anyhow, we got that coming
I
up.
know, John. Thank you. John does a real good job cooking barbecue, folks. He's great at it, matter of fact. All right. Is it the 29th on the Saturday?
29th is Sunday.
That's a Sunday, John.
September
It's the 28th. It's the 28th.
Tell you what my sister told me.
I know.
Is it September or October, John?
Who told you that, Alice?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's the 28th. She just wanted you to come the day after.
It is September.
Yeah, September the 28th. You just call her tonight and tell her. We appreciate everybody being here. Thank you, Habitat. Thank you to citizens.